What's up, YouTube? On this episode of Coddiwomple Overland, ride along with us as we enjoy some of the sights and scenery of Northeast Arizona.
We don't need a destination, let's go where the river's taking us.
In the last episode, we had decided to make our way towards Four Corners, and that's where we left. While any direction that we could have went would have been incredible, we decided to go west towards Arizona. We had met up with friends Matt and Don, and the first place that we wanted to take them was Arizona and the Grand Canyon, because that was one of the places that they had always wanted to visit. We began our New Mexico adventure with rain and ended it with a dust storm. It's pretty cool to watch all of these tumbleweeds just rolling across the highway. We had made it through the dust storm and through the Navajo Nation part of Arizona. We decided to set up camp in Utah, however. There was a place that I always wanted to camp at, and it was the top of the Moki Dugway at Muley Point. Another reason that we picked this location was it was going to be easy for Justin and Michelle from Misplaced Overland to be able to find us. Once we were at the top of the Moki Dugway, a few miles out of Washboard Road, and we were overlooking the San Juan River and the magnificent Monument Valley. This turned out to be the view and the perfect campsite that I always imagined it would be. There's nothing quite as beautiful and exhilarating as setting up camp right on a cliff. One of the things that makes this site so unique is overlooking the San Juan River. In this part of the San Juan River, it travels 6 miles within a linear 1 mile distance. This is the Gooseneck State Park. After everybody got their camping area set up, it was time to start fixing dinner. Some of us decided to start fixing things other than dinner. Hey, Just.
Hey, what?
What are you doing?
I am putting this new fire pit together. And honestly, I'll be honest, I'm not proficient at it at all because I have never done it. So I'm probably kind of ignorant at it, to be honest. But this thing is awesome once you get it together. So I'll figure it out, though.
Is it because you're so distracted by the view to your right?
Well, the view is a little distracting, yes, I would say, for sure. That and I haven't eaten in about 12 hours and dinner's over there cooking.
It's not going to burn, is it?
I don't think so. I think Michelle's watching.
No, Michelle's talking
I
to
see that now.
Michelle's talking to Deb. You know, maybe if you had a light from like Devo's Light Ranger or something.
You know, here's the other thing.
Would that help? Justin finally got his new propane fire torch put together. We stayed warm and he didn't starve. As the sky got darker, the temperature cooled down. It turned out to be a really nice evening to sit around and catch up. What you cooking this morning, Ted Drew?
A little bit of bacon. Had some of the bacon and eggs this morning.
The sunrise over Monument Valley here this morning was even more beautiful than the sunset the night before. After everybody had breakfast, we packed up pretty quick as we would have another long day of travel ahead of us. We couldn't leave without first taking a picture of the group with this incredible backdrop. After the ceremonious picture, everybody hopped in the rigs and it was time to get on the move. Well, good morning, campers. We're leaving the first of what will end up being several, I think, epic campsites. I think we can call that one epic. Up here from the Muley Point, just on top of the the Moki Dugway. So today we're going to leave. We're going to go back down the Dugway and make our way through a little Page across the Navajo Bridge. We're going to check out the Vermilion Cliffs. And then once we get up to about Kebab, we'll finally get back off the blacktop and onto dirt and make our way to another epic campsite. This one will be overlooking the Grand Canyon. So hold on, buckle your seat. We're going to be in for a long day of travel today, but this should be our longest day of the whole trip. Enjoy. Normally we don't plan our trips or our stops. We just kind of let it flow as it goes. But this stop here, we wanted to make sure we got everybody together. The next stop, we wanted to make sure we got there at night so we could camp at the Grand Canyon. This was a bucket list item for a couple of the people in the group, and we really wanted to make it happen. But first, we had to get down the Moki Dugway. Our next stop was going to be the famous place where Forrest Gump decided to stop running. And of course, everybody had to get their pictures taken in the middle of the road.
Okay, what state and city was Forrest Gump filmed sitting on a park bench talking with everyone waiting on the bus? City and state.
I think it was Charleston, South Carolina. Was it Charleston, South Carolina?
I think that's it, though. Where was Forrest Gump from?
Greenbow, Alabama.
Was that your favorite movie?
It's kind of hot for camping, ain't it?
I like that big flat bill hat.
Yeah. So where are you camping at around here?
What, down at the lake?
I got a 1988 Ford Ranger 2-wheel drive. Can I go with you?
Sure.
I don't have a rooftop tent. I got one of them Ozark trails I've had for years. It works good. Are you sure I can go with you?
Yeah, you can go. Come on.
I'll follow you all then.
All right, then.
What channel are you on the CB?
42.
42. All right. I put her on 42 and I'll follow you all.
After picking up some random stranger for the rest of our trip, we made our way out of Page and on west towards the Grand Canyon. It's not every day that folks like us from out east get to see a dust devil like this one. We're a little more used to rain wrap stuff, like tornadoes.
I'm about to get out and go stand in that.
Now.
If you're picking sand out of your ears for the next 30 years.
There's no way that you could cross the Navajo Bridge without stopping and taking a walk out on the walk bridge. I gotta tell you, the Colorado River today was clearer and greener than any time we've ever seen it. We made our way past the Vermilion Cliffs, through the Kanab National Forest, and it was now time to hit the Arizona Strip and air down for some washboard roads and 60 miles till we get to our destination. We have made it to our destination just before dark. We would like to have got here a little bit earlier, but it is what it is. We made the best of it and still had plenty of time to sit around and have dinner before it got too late.
What?
After cleaning up after dinner, we all just kind of hung around and enjoyed the perfect weather and the beautiful evening, as we anticipated what we were going to see when daylight came in the morning. This is the second time we've been able to do this. I gotta tell you, there's nothing like being able to wake up on the edge of the Grand Canyon and watch a beautiful sunrise. This was a perfect morning to what was going to be an incredible day. This was such a gorgeous area. Nobody wanted to leave. We set up the Starlink even to catch up on some emails while we had this as an office backdrop. Even after the office work, we still didn't want to leave. We hung out here around the Grand Canyon until it just got too hot, so it was time to move on. Before we left the canyon, we had to stop for one last view. So we're seeing what they see just from a very secluded vantage point. Well, good morning, campers from the largest ditch in the world. We had an awesome night at the Grand Canyon overlooking it, and today we have no agenda. We're going to generally head north and east, making our way back into Utah. But we're going to go just wherever we want to go. We're going to stop wherever we want to stop.
And as far as camp tonight, we're going to find camp just wherever we decide we find a nice place to camp. So, no rush, no agendas. We're going to enjoy the journey until we find another epic campsite.
You may notice the obnoxious squeak on the front of the Gladiator. That is from the sway bar end links on the sway lock. If I didn't lubricate them every day at the hind joints, they squeaked. They're not going to be on there long. The apex disconnects are coming back soon. As we made our way the 60 miles back out from the canyon, everybody was talking about how different and diverse this terrain was. They kept waiting for an elephant or a hippo or some kind of lion to pop out. They felt like they were in Africa.
Deb, I was reading in the contract and
After several miles of searching for lions and tigers and, well, giraffes and elephants, we got out onto a little bit wider road and were able to make a little bit better time.
Well, I like that. Glad you found that. eating a popsicle?
I am, right in the middle of the desert.
Because it's like 100 degrees out.
Yeah, it was cloudy a little bit ago, so it's cooled down to about 95, but just before that it was 103. So we got out and had lunch. After lunch, we decided to cool off with a fruit pop. After that delicious fruit pop, we started seeing some hills and mountains off in the distance. The terrain was getting ready to change. We were going to leave the flat Arizona Strip and move on in to a little more different terrain. Our Coddiwompling, if you will, led us in the direction of the Cottonwood Canyon and the Coxcomb Wilderness area. And we decided that that was probably going to end up being the area that we were going to camp in for the night. By this point, we had made it into the Cottonwood Canyon, and it was incredibly beautiful. On the south end, you're greeted with a little bit shorter vegetation than we had seen earlier on the Arizona Strip. The colors were changing also. Everything was going from a brown to much deeper colors of red, and all different colors of red at that. The farther north you go in the canyon, the more things change. You go from just the reds to cream colors and even purples. The colors and scenery in this canyon are beautiful, and it still continued to change. It seemed like every turn that we made. We decided to call this home for the night, but you'll have to wait till the next episode to see where we land. Until next time, see ya.